The North East track record in offshore wind, simply put, is one of the longest and most prestigious track records in the world. We are home to the first project in the UK where we had the 2 times 2 megawatt turbine site in Blythe, and now we will be playing host to the world's largest project, the Dogger Bank wind farm, with the first phase utilising a whopping 190 13 megawatt turbines.
The supply chain here in the northeast of England is well placed to support that energy transition to a renewables-led energy industry across the world, not just here in the UK, but actually globally, because the supply chain has demonstrated over many, many decades that it can actually adapt to changing circumstances, can develop new technologies, can develop new skills, and also develop new businesses that can really lead the way in getting us through to a net zero target, I think, of 2050.
Offshore wind presents a transformational opportunity for the economy across the North East. The region has a long-established capability in offshore wind and has the opportunity to create up to 9,000 jobs in the sector by 2025. Our offshore and subsea sectors are already servicing global markets, and as the UK builds on its clean growth commitments, the North East is in a position to be a partner of choice for industry and government.
The offshore wind sector is going to be critical to the future of the Tees Valley. The opportunities that open up with the recent announcement by the government means that we can become a manufacturing centre for the whole of the UK, focusing on new, high-tech, high-value jobs as we go forward. It's equally important that since we currently have a number of companies supporting on the gas sector, as this sector starts to decline, we need to ensure that these employees are retrained and redeployed into the growing sectors.
At Durham University, we have now 8 PhD projects going on in collaboration with Ørsted, the world's largest developer of offshore wind farms. And the key focus areas for the North East are largely around developing operations and maintenance strategies and technologies. Certainly trying to embed smart systems into those areas is a key area where the North East can add a lot of value to the industry.
We have excellent access to market and offshore wind farms with close proximity to some of the world's largest development opportunities. We have excellent international connectivity into export markets. We also have fantastic development sites with deep water access, heavy load-out capability, and some with enterprise zone status and incentives.
We are already developing a large manufacturing cluster based around a new dedicated offshore quay. This new cluster will act as one of the main manufacturing bases for the UK's offshore sector. The new dedicated facility will be one of the first in the UK to fully focus on this sector. Along with 500 acres of land, there's another 1,000 acres for the wider supply chain and additional port facilities all along the Tees and across the wider North East.
So there are already very, very strong links to the key global OEMs and developers, and then there's lots of potential in the region for the supply chain to feed off those links that exist already in innovation. So we're doing that. That's the role of the Energi Coast Innovation Group, and that group is being strongly supported and administered through both NOF and through the Durham Energy Institute at Durham University.
But the real success behind the North East is in the passion from the SME companies leading the way with innovation across the globe. We are renowned for subsea technology, robotics, cabling, vessel equipment. I often say that you wouldn't be able to find a project anywhere in the world that one of our committee members hasn't played an active role supplying or supporting, be that in China, the USA, Japan, Taiwan, or indeed across the whole of Europe.
The North East anyway has just had a long history in electrical and mechanical engineering too, so particularly in the marine and the offshore sectors. Equinor is a broad energy company. We're part of looking into solutions between oil and gas and low carbon and renewables, and we see a clear role for ourselves in helping facilitate career moves, for example, from the oil and gas sector and also over to renewables. And actually, as a bit of a fun fact, but the Northeast region is actually the second largest hub for oil and gas employees after Aberdeen. And given Equinor's track record of bringing oil and gas workers into the offshore wind sector, this is something we want to contribute with Dogger Bank Wind Farm as well.
Through geography, legacy and ongoing commitment, North East suppliers are able to learn from and boost one another, ensuring each new project builds on the experience of the last. and that innovative solutions can be brought forward. Having strong regional clusters like Energi Coast in the northeast means projects like Sophia can tap into a wealth of experience and a breadth of skills all in one regional location.
The Northeast is going to play a vital role supporting the green economic recovery, and this again will be led through innovation, as we once did in the Northeast back in the early 20th century with shipbuilding, and we pioneered the way in subsea marine technologies.
Already, Tees Valley's companies are supplying to the offshore wind sector. But one of the key things we're doing looking forward is the development of the Tees Works site, building a new quay in this area and preparing the land for manufacturing technologies and the manufacturing base for the offshore sector.
Energy and low carbon sectors, including offshore wind, are a key area of economic opportunity and will be throughout that plan, with support and interventions built around themes including job recovery, supporting businesses, communities and infrastructure.
It's extremely important for us to have these regional clusters. If you think of Equinor and SSE Renewables, we set up shop at the Port of Tyne as our operations base, and that's because the Northeast already has a very strong supply chain cluster. But we believe this is only the beginning of this in the Northeast.
By supporting the organisation's initiatives, we're getting behind the Northeast region as a whole, further strengthening its appeal. This is of real benefit to projects like Sophia, developers like RWE and the broader offshore wind industry, encouraging competition, boosting UK and local content and attracting the very best talent to our industry.
The northeast of England is perfectly placed as a cluster, and it has that unique recipe for success to deliver the demands that we see coming in offshore wind. I often say that we have here everything that you need to build a wind farm between Blythe and the Humber, whether it be subsea foundations with the likes of Smulders and Wilton. We've got leading cable technologies with the likes of JDR, specialist cable protection firms with the likes of Techmar, the full suite of offshore installation services from both construction of the turbines and foundations with the likes of MPI, but also from unique cable installations from the likes of Deep Ocean and Modus. We're involved at the very beginning with the feed study designs with the likes of Cathy Associates, Agile Tech Engineering. We've got specialist technology and offshore equipment providers with the likes of Royal IHC, SMD, Osbit, Subsea Innovations, to name just but a few. We've got the best port facilities, we've got some fantastic talent and some of the best engineers in industry. We've got that extensive track record and heritage to back it all up.